Hi everybody, Ben with PMaps for Texas. Let's learn how to create a survey using Survey123. Here's the Survey123 homepage. On this top green bar, click New Survey to start. We can either use the Survey123 web designer, a pre-existing template, or Survey123 Connect for some more advanced survey creation, but let's just use the web designer for our applications today. Click Get Started and wait for that to load. We're brought to the Survey123 creation homepage. Let's click Untitled Survey, the edit button next to that to change the title. Click OK. Let's also change the title under the Survey Title Not Set panel. That'll bring us to the Edit menu, where we can either set an image or text. Let's use text and change that survey title again to Optical Brightener, Tampling, and Water Quality Survey. You do not need to click Save here. You can simply click off, and you'll be brought back to the Add menu. With the Add menu, you can add different types of questions and different styles. Let's add a few different types of questions, starting off with single line text. This will give the user a single line to enter text prompts, and for the label, this is the question we'll be asking them. We'll enter your name. They don't need a hint for now. Let's also leave the default value and calculation alone, but under validation, let's set this as a required question. You can also set minimum and maximum character counts, but let's leave that alone for now. Also, leave everything under other alone as well. Go back to add. Let's add multi-line text. This will add a larger block for the user to enter text in. This will be notes, and under hint, we'll ask the user to enter notes about the site where they deployed their temple. We will leave the defaults alone as well, but make this a required question under validation. Click off. Let's add a spot for the user to enter the date and time where they both deployed and collected their sample. Under date and time, drag and drop, and we'll change the title. We'll also enter a hint for the user to have a bit more information on how to answer the question. Let's leave the default value alone for this question, but also make it a required question under validation. So that's the date and time the sample was deployed. Let's add another date and time box for the date and time the sample was collected. We'll also add a similar hint. This time for the default value, enter submitting date and time. This will have the default value be the time that the user submits the survey, and this will be the time that the sample was collected, so this is when they'll be submitting all the information finally. Make this a required question and leave everything else alone. Now let's add a multiple choice question for the user to enter the type of water body that they sampled. You can either use the single choice or a multiple choice box for this. Multiple choice allows the user to select multiple different question prompts, or multiple different choices, I'm sorry. But the single choice only allows the user to select a single choice, so let's use that. We'll change the question prompt under label, and we'll also change the choices under choice. Click Allow Other to let the user put in an additional answer if none of these fit the type of body of water they sampled, and click the plus button to add additional choices, and the minus button to delete choices. So we change the label to type of water body, and the choices to natural creek or stream, urban outflow, small pond, large lake, or large river. We also allowed other. You can change the appearance, whether the question answers show up vertically or horizontally, but let's leave that alone for now. And we will make this a required question under validation. The last major element of our survey that we need to make sure we include is a map. The map allows the user to enter the geolocation of the sampling survey when they deploy it. So this will add an actual map to the survey where the user can drag and drop a pin or use the default value or default location where they currently are standing as their latitude and longitude. So we will put location of sample as the question prompt. For drawing tools, you can either have the user enter a single point in the point tool. You can have them use the line tool to enter a line if they're walking a transect or taking a hike, I guess. Or you can have the user enter an area if they're trying to define an area of forest land or a larger area, but we'll use point for now. We can use leave the minimum value for drawing tools alone, but for default location, let's enter use device location and ask for location when answering the question. So this will prompt the user to turn on location services if they don't have that on already when they answer this question, and use the location where they're standing as the location of their temple. The user can also drag that pin elsewhere if the geolocation that they are entered in is not exactly accurate. Validation, let's make this a required question again and leave the other options alone. So now we have a survey where the user enters their name, enters some notes about their tampling site, enters the date and time where the sample was deployed and collected, enters the type of water body in a multiple choice question format, and the location of their sample using the map. All of these questions are also required, so you cannot submit this survey without completing all of these. In the next survey, I will complete this optical brightener tampling survey and walk you through the completed survey, but these are all the major elements that you need to know for now.